Bob sustained a tick bite. Such a pity, poor Bob is sick. Tallahassee, Tallahassee, took my Tuesdays to Tallahassee. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I drove my fancy car through Utah. I drove my fancy car through Utah. Tickle Time Tuesdays took two tomatoes to talk to Tony. Okay.
Here we go.
I'm good.
All right.
Welcome to Tickle Time Tuesday. I'm Cody.
And I'm Gabby.
And today we are tickling.
Tickling as per usual.
Because it's Tuesday and we tickle.
Tickle Tuesday, Tickle Tuesday, Tickle Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
So, the first tickle of the day, we're going to start off strong with...
Your first tickle memory. When was the first time you were tickled?
Man, that just brings me back, you know? When I was a kid, you know, living out there.
Like how old were you the first time you were tickled?
Maybe 2 days.
2 days? A 2-day tickler?
2-day tickler. And you know, a lot of folks don't get tickled till they're about 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, that's true.
But not me. I started out strong, ticklish at 2 days.
And let me ask you, are you ticklish or do you just get tickled?
Both.
So you're ticklish and you're the tickled.
Yeah. Kind of like people that have like O positive blood.
That's right. You're like tickle positive.
Right. And you know, the beauty of that is that I really get to utilize it to my advantage, like wherever I want, whenever I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Like in professional settings and personal settings. Well, what's a time that you tickled professionally?
Professionally, I really love, you know, just throwing them off. Like at the bank sometimes, you just throw a little...
Just right up there.
They never expect it. And you know what, too? It just makes their day so much better.
I'm sure.
Because, think about it, people don't tickle anymore. We've lost tickling as a
society. People don't tickle. Wait, when was the last time you were tickled?
I mean, it's Tickle Tuesday, so... Obviously today I was tickled just by having this conversation.
We're consistently tickled, especially on Tuesdays.
Especially on Tuesdays.
And look, if you're not getting tickled enough, I encourage you to go out there and get tickled.
Right. I mean, life's too short, and I think that, you know, one of the biggest things about tickling these days, especially, is like people like to use the wrong definition.
That's right.
Like being tickled doesn't just have to be physical; it can also be mental.
Yeah. I'm mentally tickled frequently.
Right. I mean, almost every minute of the day.
Truly.
And that's just, you know, personal choice.
You do. You bring up a really interesting point, though.
Right.
You know, because getting tickled mentally implies that, you know, it's a treat. That we're not always being tickled mentally. And what does that mean for people if we're not getting those good old tickles up in the noggin?
Exactly.
What does that mean?
I think that it all comes down to really the society that we've built around tickling.
I really think we're living in an anti-tickle society, and I think it's even moving further to not just be anti-tickle, but shame tickling. I really think we're in a shame tickling movement in a way we haven't seen before.
No, it's almost like a whole new era of life. You know, normally everyone talks about we just rotate, right? Like the 80s, the 90s, the fashion comes back around, the styles, the music, but tickling has taken a whole new route. I'm not sure if that's because of our government or if it's just because of
the public schools.
The public school system. At the end of the day, I mean, like,
the public schools are failing the kids. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you saw a child tickled in public? We're not doing it anymore. When we were growing up, children were being tickled publicly everywhere.
Right.
In the streets, at churches, at schools, at homes, everywhere children were being tickled, and it's just not a thing anymore.
And you know what? I think that kind of comes back down to, like, why did we stop tickling the elderly? I think that tickling has become such, like, a specific ageist activity.
That's right.
And,
like, why can't the old tickle?
Right. The old can't tickle, they can't be tickled, and I think that brings us back around to why children are losing that aspect of life.
Yeah, because it's like once you get older, you're not being tickled, and then you see a kid being tickled and you feel jealous.
Right.
You're upset because you remember those days. You remember that nostalgia, that feeling, that pure joy, and maybe a little tickle leads to a little tinkle. And maybe that tinkle does come out. And you know, I think sometimes when you get older, you miss that. You miss that feeling.
And that's the entire issue now. Tickling has taken such a terrible route in the United States, and I think that it's something we need to bring up to our officials, our state officials, our federal government, and we need to get it back in schools. We need to bring it into the elderly. We need to bring it to middle-aged adults. We need to get rid of this technology. We need to bring back good old-fashioned tickling, and I'm done.
I completely agree. We need to get over the tickle stigma, and we need to move on to tickle acceptance. It's time to move on. And, you know, we talk about the subject a lot, tickling. I think today just in particular struck a chord with you, but really with both of us, and just how backwards everything is right now, and just how hard everything is, and all we want is to feel happy and to be joyful. And when you're a kid, it's tickling. Right, it's tickling, and what happened to it?
Why did we stop, Mom? Why?
For what?
Why?
And we won't even get into skipping why we stopped that right now.
Because that's just a whole new topic.
But anyway,
the whole point of this podcast today is really to shed a light on the current world that we're in, exactly, in the state of tickling, and how. You know, sometimes we just need to leave things as they are. They don't need to change all the time. Yeah. And I think that hopefully this message really comes across to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're out.
And with that, thank you for listening to Tickle Tuesday. My name is Cody.
And my name's Gabby.
And we're going to play you out. It's Tickle.
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 It's a tickle time Tuesday.
Tickle.
Tickle.
Tick, 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 tickle.
Tickle time Tuesday.
Bow.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.